can read it right there. Now, don't pay attention to the fact that it says $1.45, and I got it. I might have got it at the DAV thrift store, but this shit, dude, and it's all Zoltan came up with it.
Okay, so what I'm sorry, yo, everybody, thank you for joining Epic Surf News today. I'm having a board meeting format. I've got Zoltan here from Santa Cruz up north, and I've got Steven back from Oceanside Jetty. I didn't hit record until you were halfway through that spiel, man. So I think everybody heard that you have a $1.45 trophy, but they didn't really hear about the power drink that you're talking about. What's going on with that, dude?
Yeah, I apologize for coming off a little too strong. I do that on first dates as well. But we've created, actually Zoltan he's actually the magician and the brain behind it, but we've created a clear water 24-ounce can of Budweiser. So if you like your special drink in the morning before you paddle out, and you like your cannabis infused 23 THC content, we've done it. We've magically put it all into one little can, and it's not glass, so you can have it on the beach before you go. Right. Some people do Gatorade, some people do coffee. Zoltan does cannabis infused Budweiser, and so does Surfer Steve.
Oh man, so I got to click the over 18 button right here. Click. So that's Budweiser. How are they going to feel about it, man?
I don't care. They're corporate.
They're the king of beers. They'll be okay.
Yeah. Zoltan, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Woo!
Yeah, man. Heck yeah. Good to see you and hear from you guys, man.
Heck awesome. Yeah, it's been a month.
Yeah, definitely. Great times at the beach party with you.
Oh, heck yeah.
Great day.
Woo!
Yeah. Zoltan, so that's your name though. I mean, like I didn't know if that was a stage name at first or if that was really your name.
No, it's really my name. It's been hard for me not to laugh when I say my name sometimes. It's Zoltan Anthony Torkos.
Yeah, so when I think of Zoltan, because I saw you got the magician pick. I think of like a fortune teller in the box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my great grandfather was a magician from Italy, and he came over on a boat at 12 years old and was doing magic by himself. And then he passed it down to my grandfather, to my mother, who was also, I don't know if you've seen that movie, Killer Clowns from Outer Space. She's the main clown that kills everyone.
Oh.
And then, so she did magic, and I did magic every weekend. Like if you went with your construction dad, I went and did magic every weekend with my mom. And
right. Oh,
yeah.
Dude, cool, man. That's freaking awesome, dude.
So she gave me a stage name.
Yeah. So, well, before I have my energy drink or my Budweiser, dude, I'm having coffee. It's in my HSS cup because that's the real Surf City.
Nice.
So, so what do you think about that, Zoltan, man? Santa Cruz, should that be the real Surf City or what, dude?
Oh, you know, what's funny is I grew up in a town that was territorial, and I learned that that's the last thing you want to be in life. And you can learn so much when you go other places. And I have had by far some of my best surf trips to actually Huntington, and treated so good by the locals, and had some of the best waves, just those bowls with the nice side air bowl to it, barrels. Nice. So, I mean, it's really up to debate. If you really want to sit there and fight one side or the other, I think they're both surf cities.
Well, you're super nice, bro. Cause I would have to say that the waves suck in Huntington. I like south side of the pier. It's actually pretty cool there sometimes, but, yeah, I was just clowning. I don't really care about that stuff either, but, Santa Cruz, definitely. You guys got, Mavericks close by, so
oh yeah, we're pretty spoiled. We got point breaks, and that can make you pretty spoiled. You got lots of times to set up and get good riding a wave for really long. So
yeah. So how was that session, South Jetty, Steven, Zoltan, when you came down? It looked like you were with Dylan Graves too.
Oh yeah, that was me and homeboy had a great time.
Yeah. So what did you do? What move did you do to impress Zoltan, Steven?
So pretty much, my move was not to move. I really didn't catch that many waves. Every time, I think Zoltan caught about 10 waves to my like one. It was like it was kind of a small day, but it was howling offshore wind. Like the wind was howling to where you're like paddling for a wave and you can barely breathe and you're just trying to see the wave. And I would see Zoltan magically catch another wave, and I'm out the back like just trying to like scratch and scratch. And I got one slow motion backside, and then I snaked the guy on the left, and that's about all I got. And then like I spent the whole time watching Zoltan, but I had more fun watching him.
Yeah, picking up a few tricks. I know I was watching some of those clips. So at a little while here, man, I'm going to ask you for some tips myself, because I've got about half your move down. The first half, and then the second half, I either get a credit card slide or so South Jetty, man. Last time I was talking to you, Steven, you put out an invite for Elisa Kizone to come down and do a bikini shoot. I want to follow up. Did that ever happen? Did she make it down or what?
Yeah, no, it's been about a year and a half since I've invited her, and I think maybe she just kind of keeps skipping the messages. I probably got to give her some more time, because I know she wants to hang out and party out with Surfer Steve. But it's probably technical issues like unmuting little buttons and shit. That stuff's difficult. I mean, she probably may not have seen my 20 messages.
And so last time we were talking to Steven, man, Steven's a shortboarder for life, Zoltan. And I am the shortboarder forever, and I've been dabbling lately. And so I see you're on a shortboard. Do you ride other stuff, or you pretty much keep it straight to shortboarding?
You know what's funny is when I was teaching surfing for a while with Richard Schmidt.
Okay.
And I got actually super into riding longboards when I was working with him.
Okay, yeah.
And I've been able to a couple times like kickflip a longboard, and I kind of like honestly really dig riding longboards. That's funny you say that. I was wanting to kind of get a high performance longboard coming up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's so funny because people have different ideas about longboarding too. But there's a really good longboarder, Taylor Jensen, surfs at the harbor. I think he was ranked or two-time champion or ranked number 2, something like that. But he rips, man. He rips on a longboard really, really good. Oh,
I have a 5th place trophy from girls longboard at I got this. It's from Scholastic Series. So longboarding's it's freaking fun too.
It's so fun.
So that trophy was like for basically the whole comp, longboarding division, shortboarding. That one trophy covered it all, I think.
Yeah, I was the only one that got one like that.
Yeah,
you got the biggest trophy.
Oh man, so that's a trip. I saw because you were hanging with Dylan Graves too the last time you were in town, and so I know he rides a bunch of stuff, and I've seen him out in the lineup just randomly, and man, he's got a lot of style. No matter what he's on.
Yeah, I think a lot of the surfers these days too, because there's been like this push to try to ride different weird boards with twin fins and things coming back. Right. So I think there's this big renaissance of just riding waves. I see guys on mats again, the 70s mats. I've seen a guy on a wood boogie board.
Oh yes, I think I kind of remember that back in the day too. Wood stuff.
It's kind of coming back like crazy stuff, just enjoying riding waves. I think people realize that just riding a whitewater wave on your stomach on a boogie board is, I mean, a lot of fun. When you're a kid, you're smiling so hard, you're hurting your face, and you're just riding whitewater.
I love boogie boarding.
Well, Philip, you saw me ripping on that unicorn floaty that I have, the rainbow colored one. Yeah. I think you showed a picture last time, but anytime I jump on that thing and people are around me, they want to jump on my unicorn floaty too, you know? And it's a party wave. Like people are on my lap. We're all like, falling in the water.
Yeah. As soon as you say that first intro line right there, I'm sure they start to like jump off. Oh yeah. So I dig all this different kind of stuff. And you mentioned twin fin. I tried a couple twin fins. Somebody came to the harbor, threw a board down on the shore. It was a real small one, like a skimboard looking thing. And I'll tell you, at that moment, I realized my rail game is really soft because I could not, I would turn, but it was just like I was spinning down the wave instead of turning, you know? And since then I've been working at it a little bit more. So I can actually turn a little bit now, but yeah, it's a trip, man. They're loose and you just have to kind of change your mindset. I'm such a thruster guy, you know?
I feel you, man. When I've done the wake surfing, they ride a lot of twin fins and four fins.
Okay.
But coming from the ocean and always riding three fins, that's been a weird one for me because I'm not used to that slide. I actually use that as a major like pivot, that back fin.
Right.
So that's a trip. That is a weird because I've had to deal with that too. Because without knowing it, I'll just throw my tail and I'll spin out. And same with skateboarding. I ride really tight trucks when I skate pulls.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's like opposite of what people like.
Right.
So it's weird because I kind of feel like loose trucks are kind of like a twin fin.
Right. That makes sense. I never thought about that. What a trip, man. Now you're going to have me training on my skateboard.
Just loosen the trucks up a little bit.
Yeah, that's cool. And so I actually been surfing quads last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years.
Quads are cool.
Quads are awesome, but they're kind of like a cheater twin fin, right? Because you have more grab on them.
Absolutely.
So I've been kind of, they're like training wheels. I've been on that for a while. And so I'm considering trying to make the big move and maybe commit a little time to a twin fin.
Yeah, twin fins are awesome.
What about you, Steven, man? You twinning up? Are you five finning, guitar picking? I mean, what's your config?
Yeah, I'm kind of saving the longboarding / fish until I'm old because I'm still super young. I'll be 55 here soon. And I think it's just too soon to kind of do that. So I'm sticking with my 6.0, and about every year I go 1 inch longer and about 1/4 inch wider. And then pretty soon when I'm like super, super old, then I'm going to be there. But I'm just kind of down with my little shortboarding. Not that I'm any good at it, but I do it with style.
I was talking to these Groms the other day on a board meeting, and they were referring to a 6.6 as a mid-length. I was like, dang, I'm like, shoot.
I actually know a lot of people that the 6.6 is their favorite go-to board for up here.
Okay. Yeah. I've been considering it, man, looking at Steven and seeing how many inches he keeps adding on and, his performance on it.
Yes, he is.
So Zoltan, man, everybody check out Zoltan on his Instagram. He's got all kinds of cool clips. We'll probably talk about more of that too right now, but, and then you see Steven's got a trophy there, and I'm going to throw out my own. I'm going to pat myself on the back right now. And so the Joker right here.
What?
That's your trophy, baby. It's not a kickflip. All I can do is do a turn, but
oh, sick.
So yeah, I got some cards.
Cheers to that.
Yeah. Hey man, throwing the card feels so good.
Dude, it's awesome. So before I forget too, man, I don't know if you know Zoltan, but Steven, dude, you have been leading a life of crime on Facebook, dude.
Yeah, man, I just my recidivism rate was higher than Rikers Island lately, bro. I just busted out of jail after 30 days. I had like maybe 2 weeks of like glory and freedom, and then I got shackled again for 30 days. So my recidivism rate is like, man, it's freaking worse than Folsom Prison right now.
Dude, I know you should have checked into Denny's online, checked into Denny's and made a collect call, bro, because I mean, dude, that's brutal. You were out.
They only do cash bail these days, and my wife takes all my money. I just get beer allowance. So I couldn't even bail myself out.
Oh, shit.
He's like a 12er away.
So they just let you come back though. You can abuse, you could yell at people, you could call them kooks, and then you serve your time served, and then you're back.
I've been a lot nicer now that who is no longer in office. So I'm trying to I pretty much don't even do politics anymore, which is right. I feel better. I feel like this weight is off of my shoulders and my chest. And I feel like more of a drunken spiritual Buddha Zen master on Facebook. I put those little emojis so people feel good about what I say and do,
Yeah.
And I just try and spread love. I don't hate anymore. I'm not a hater like I was back when you know who was in office.
Yeah, no, I hear you. I think everything's calmed down a little bit online after all that. So that's pretty cool, man. But I was definitely cracking up. I was definitely chiming in. I couldn't resist. So yeah, thank you for your service. I think you made a difference on the whole outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel better. I sort of feel reformed this morning.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, I'm not the panel, man. You don't have to talk to me about letting you out early on probation. Save it for the judge.
Facebook judge.
Yeah.
Hey, Zoltan, I still got to ask though, hey, what's up with that east side, west side Santa Cruz? Because, I'd like to hear a little bit about that. Because I feel like we've kind of got this South O, North Oceanside thing going down. And the South O guys, like, in fact, they even call themselves like North Carlsbad now. And they all like, they'll sit out at that Buck Cafe and they're drinking like royal tea with their pinkies out, because these guys have money, right? That's the South side. They're like, hey, we're Oceanside Pirates, bro. You're not. You went to Mira Mesa. We don't like you. So I have to like hang out at the north side and I have to drive real fast when I go by Buck Cafe because they give me lots of attitude, man. Does that happen to you in Santa Cruz?
What's funny is when I was a kid, there was like, that real divide, the east side and the west side, right, and all those things. But I think a lot of people realized it was pretty stupid, and you're dividing a town that's not even, half the size of most towns, and it's divided by a river. But it's weird. You get stuck in your bubble. I get stuck on the west side.
Yeah.
It's weird because like the east side, like the waves are good where you are, and you get ice. There's people that live in my town and I've never seen them because they surf the east side.
Right.
That's kind of a weird thing to me. But when I was a kid, that was huge and people got crazy. But I think people have evolved. They get smarter.
Older. Yeah, you get older and you don't heal as fast, and someone's always tougher too. But what rhymes with Buccaneers, right? Steven?
What'd you say? What was that?
You know what rhymes with Buccaneers, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh man, last time I was teasing, yeah, they're funny about it over there. Yeah. So speaking about that, man, it's funny. I was saw something on Beach Grit, and they were shared something with these guys over at Silver Strand, which is I think Oxnard, or a couple hours north of LA. And so they got like a little fight club going on, So it's, if they have beef in the lineup, they go to somebody's garage. I mean,
that's smart.
It's funny. Well, we used to do that as kids, backyard stuff or whatever, right? But they're like in the garage. There's boards, there's like stuff on the sidelines. They put like yellow tape on the garage, like opening, and then there's just people standing there. Oh,
that's pretty.
Hey,
we've kind of gone to. What we're going to start doing is we're going to start pulling drive-bys with squirt guns in South O, man. Those guys that are always, those fools that are always on the wall there, like standing and talking, like, oh, did you see what that guy should have done this? He should have done that. I would have done this. That guy sucks. I'm going to pull a drive-by with squirt guns and water balloons, bro. And we're loading up, man. Northside's coming for you, baby.
Ooh, dude, that sounds like a pretty, dude, I'm in on that. I think I'm in. That sounds like a good idea. I might have to hit Amazon and pick me up one of those freaking power blasters, dude. I'll be in the back seat, dude. Just.
All right, we're gonna ride this one. We're gonna do it. We're gonna pull it off.
You
should shoot them with joints.
That deserves a trophy for that comment, mister.
Yeah, man. And get everyone high.
Before we roll up, we're gonna have to hit those power drinks, dude. Just so
you're gonna have to hit those power drinks.
Dude, 23% THC in this bad boy, and it's all just flows right through your. If you need a cold beer.
So Zoltan, man, the kick flips, man. So, man, I don't skateboard much. I think that's probably part of the problem, man. But so I got to a point where I was just, trying to push my turns as hard as I could. And then without me trying, all of a sudden I started noticing my board moving in ways I didn't want it or wasn't expecting it to move. So sometimes that's just a little quick tail, gap, or it would flip. My board would flip, or
okay.
or it would like rotate. I don't know, the kick, flick, pop, shove it. I don't know all that different stuff, but I mean, so what I noticed, you're kind of driving down the line, not so much bottom turn to top and doing it. You're kind of straight lining it, building speed, and then you're popping.
Yeah. A funny thing, what you were saying, when you were trying new tricks or whatever, and then the board's flipping and you don't know, like with the skateboard.
Right.
Excuse me. When I was surfing and I tried a kick flip and I landed and I thought I did the kick flip and I was all excited and I looked down and the fins were right by my feet.
Right.
And I was surfing the dark slide. That has been something that I didn't plan to start doing.
Okay.
But I've been able to half flip it and be able to still surf somewhat down the wave, and then even maybe pop shove it upside down or try to kick it back over.
Okay. So even with the rocker and everything, I mean, you're just kind of still cruising with the board upside down when you were like learning this thing, or?
Yeah, well, I actually have it on video and I'm glad I do, because if I didn't, I'd call me a liar. You know what I mean? If someone said, "Oh, I landed in air with my board upside down and surfed my board upside down with the fins up,"
Yeah.
I'd say bullshit.
Yeah.
So that's something that actually just came out of just trying it, like you were saying, trying the kit, like trying kick flips or trying ollies. And that's actually how the kickflip was invented by Rodney Mullen, and he was in his garage doing ollies, and the board flipped, and he didn't know how in the beginning. He was just jumping and messing with it.
Right.
And that's actually weird as hell, because it was called the magic flip.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Originally, it was called the magic flip because they didn't know how they were doing it, kind of like what you were talking about when you're just playing with the board.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's a chip. So I've flipped it upside down, and the fins facing up, and then that scared the hell out of me. I was like, shoot, I should.
I hear you, man. I have like a big old scar on my arm here. My lip's been split. I've been stabbed in the eyeball. I broke like at least 50 boards on my face, on my nose. I have to pop my whole nose over just to like breathe from doing the kickflip.
Okay. That's what we're going with, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's crazy because instead of getting credit carded, like you were talking about,
right,
you put your hands to cover yourself as a man, but then you take the punch to the face. So it's weird.
Yeah. So every time, and I think so, I kind of slowed down on trying those kind of tricks because I was getting injured a lot, right? It was either definitely hitting the board, so I'd get Charlie horses or hit my knees or where elbows, arms, but then also just other things were happening, freaking doing the splits or, and so I just, after a while, I piled up a handful of injuries, and it seems to take me forever to heal. So I kind of, I'm like, okay, let me just kind of power surf now,
Yeah, totally. And then the skateboarding, I think it's real important. Why I think I can still skateboard is that I was never a really good skateboarder. I was better at falling. Yeah. I've always been good at eating shit. So I think that's helped me a lot with learning these tricks, because I can take a favorable beating is my.
Yeah. So
can't maybe give anyone a beating, but I take a beating.
So you skateboard much, Steven?
No, when I was a kid, I used to live at the skateboard parks. I was at the ranch and the pipeline in Upland and the ranch in Colton. I used to pretty much live there on the weekends. So I used to love to skate. I was pretty good at freestyle, and then the pools and pipes, I was just kind of okay. I wouldn't say I ripped, but I loved it. And I'm thinking about getting back into it, when I get old, like when I'm 60.
Yeah. Dude, what's the trip is that there's so many awesome skate parks in Oceanside and in San Diego too, but just locally, I mean, so it makes me want to start, but I need like a football helmet with the grill on the front. I mean, cause I'm going to go down, man.
Well, when you can just also, like I tell a lot of people, is they don't have to go out and try to freaking ollie a trash can. You can just go surf skate and, tic tac around the neighborhood, and that builds the muscle memory. Yeah. And it makes your feet strong. It does all these good things for you. And you don't even have to really do an ollie, just skateboarding around. And I know it seems like it's maybe not the exciting thing to watch. I'm not saying to put it like make people watch you do it.
Yeah.
But carving around the neighborhood is great for people. And I see like older guys doing it. And I mean, back in the day, I'd probably say, oh, that's kind of dorky. That's kind of creepy, but they're having so fun on their cardboard and they're just around, and it's good and healthy for them.
When I do every once in a while, when I get my
I'm tearing up right now. I'm tearing up, guys.
Bola, what up?
Yeah, right. What ballers is like what?
Yeah. So, it's cruising around every once in a while. I'll cruise around on my skater. I'll break it out and I end up doing it for a few weeks. And I do notice that my leg strength improves. And, as a surfer, I tend to like ignore my legs a lot. Like when I'm any exercise I do.
All surfers.
Other than stretching, but man, I got chicken legs. And so I probably should skate just a little bit more,
It's a good one. It's a healthy one.
So outside of skateboarding and surfing, Zoltan and Steven, man, what do you guys do? Do you guys other hobbies or other? I see some of these guys do these other podcasts. Everybody plays guitar. Seems like half the surfers play guitar.
Oh, I just got an electric drum set like a few months ago. I think you saw that.
Oh, yeah.
But it feels so good to play drums. Like drums is such a good cardio. It's a good workout. It kind of gets your mind. It's like playing drums is almost like surfing a wave because you're like hitting little sections, you're grooving along with it. And then sometimes you want to break out on a solo on the drums. That's almost like going for a little hit of the lip or going for like a nice big carve. So like a music is kind of just like a wave, it's like that 2 minutes of just pure pleasure and you just get your groove on. So playing drums, we got to jam together because I know you play guitar and let's do that.
Yeah, I play. I'm rough at it, man. How about you, Zoltan? You jam or do any? What you a mountain climber or something? We don't know.
Well,
about?
I mean, I've dabbled in so much crazy crap. I was in a band back in the day, and we had a kickflip song, and it's up on YouTube, and we played live shows. Okay. My friend was like a musical genius.
Oh, shit.
It was like it's a kickflip, baby, and we had chick dancers and everything. I mean, we did all. But now I've been actually trying to get into wake surfing because I did the kickflip and wake surfing. And then now I've been lucky enough to get invited on boats and do some boat stuff. And boat life is, my wife thinks of surfing up here is that I leave her on a cold beach and I paddle away.
Right.
But here, like on the wake surfing, they're on the boat. They got the beer in their hand,
right.
Smile ear to ear. The kids are asleep because my kids fall asleep on a boat for some reason. It rocks them to sleep. So the kids are just mellow as hell.
Yeah. And
I get endless wave.
And your chick gets to see every wave. Like, she saw the wave because you were right there.
Isn't that, because we all know it's the famous thing. You come in and everyone's like, no, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Babe, did you see that? Did you see it? I think I saw it. They always do that,
Did you have the black wetsuit with the whiteboard?
Yeah. Well, and like Steven said, man, he was talking about his drumming. He was bragging about 2 minutes, right? He made it 2 minutes doing something. So I do the same thing here with my I have a little digi too. So my wife actually, she plays the drums, like she's trained at it or whatever. But like, I just clown around. So I'll be in here and I'll get something going. I don't know what, but it sounds cool. And I'll run in the house. Babe, did you hear that? Did you hear that? And it's kind of like my wave, she says, yeah, but I'm not really sure if she really was paying attention.
I like that stuff. That's great.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome, dude. So I don't know, it's kind of close to you, right? Big Sur. That road blew out, right? Did they that road or what?
That's gnarly because I've took quite a few trips there, and that's like an easy camping trip for me and the family. Cool. I take my wife and kids down there, and I mean it's spectacular. Say the least. It's a postcard. But I mean, always driving through it, I always thought, man, these motherfucking roads seem like they could just fall in at any time. I don't know how many times I think that in the back of my head, and I'm thinking I'm being weird and don't want to say that in front of them.
Right. Oh yeah, scary.
I don't want to say that. We're driving down the road. Hey, it looks like that shit could fall in at any time.
I have to look. I'm looking straight, dude. I can't even enjoy the view when I'm driving. I'm just like, oh shit.
It's scary, dude. It's a serious road. Yeah. When it's a weird thing that I got invited to do is my friend, Tom Jones.
Mhm.
He's one of the gnarliest athletes in the world. He paddled from Oregon to Mexico,
Whoa.
stand-up paddle, and I was on the jet ski.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow.
I like
From
that
Oregon
job.
to Mexico, and we did it to fight plastic pollution and build awareness to all that plastic in the ocean. Definitely look him up.
Okay.
Tom
yeah.
Jones, Quit Proof. Laird was
Sure.
talking about him on that one podcast. I can't put it together right now. Joe Rogan. The guy ran a marathon and then got in the ring and then knocked the guy out. He's like a world champion fighter, and he paddled the whole coast.
Wow.
Wow.
And I had to drive the jet ski with him, but it was so hard to drive the trailer with the truck through Big Sur.
Oh, shoot, man.
I had to it was, I tell you, man, I've never been so scared of jackknifing something, or I had this big, and it was all none of my equipment. So I'm like, please, just don't mess up,
Yeah.
23.
Isn't it Tom Jones? It's not unusual to be loved by anyone.
Yeah, there's that guy too. Yes, there's that guy too.
I'd rather get in the ring with that guy, probably,
Yeah, the other guy, no way in hell, you can't pay me enough money, but I'll fight that singer guy, no problem.
Oh yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Yeah. So did they open that road back up? Do you know? I know it fell apart for a second or something.
What I've heard is that it's still shut down. I haven't done much investigation, but I actually just asked my brother-in-law about that because he does truck driving and stuff, and he was saying it was still shut down.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, which I guess if you live up there, maybe that's cool. Maybe it keeps people.
Oh, I bet the locals loving it. They're loving it, having a little peace back there.
Well, I know. So I've heard folklore of surf breaks over there in Big Sur. So there's locals and there's surf spots over there that they like to hit.
But yeah, they got their waves, and I think it's again pretty localized because you have to know the right trails.
Yeah.
And anything, it's like localism. You got to know the right people.
Right.
A lot of times.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But anywhere has it. They're just trying to keep it safe, I'm sure, just like anywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty spoiled. It's hard for me, like I said, to leave my neighborhood. So, because I got some ways where I try to, and when I do go places, I always try to, I surfed with this guy. He knows I try to give everyone the respect at their local breaks, because I live at a local break, and it's sure nice when people are respectful.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. It's hard. You have to give up waves, and then you get waves too, though, right? So
it's a hard one. It's a hard one to be cool in the lineup, but because it's like it's a different than skateboarding, because it's like, hey, it's my turn, and then it's no fighting for it. But in like surfing, even me and him are like, who could paddle to the peak? It's nothing. It's camaraderie, but we're both trying to get to the peak.
Yeah.
And if he's closer, I'm not going to paddle battle anyone. But we're both trying to get the wave when it comes in.
You just back paddle them. I mean,
yeah, right. I don't like doing that to people. That sucks.
I know, it's crazy. So I went surfing at another spot up the way, my backup spot, I call it, and
nice.
And the waves were miserable yesterday. Well, at least when I surfed before the swell was hitting, there was a few waves, and so one wave came, and there was a longboarder out there, which I kind of know, and he could have got the wave easily, man. He turned to me and said, go for it. I was a little inside, and my friend was like, man, it's good to know people, like, because it was like one of the only waves that came through in the session that was decent, so
I wish more people would do that. Honestly, that dude's really cool, because it sucks when you're on a shortboard and the guys have longboards and they can catch it so much farther, 20 yards farther,
right? And
then they paddle back out there, and it's like, man, but it's cool when they turn around and they realize that, and they don't just take every one from you.
Yeah,
that sucks. That kind of sucks.
I want to give a shout out to one surfer in Oceanside, Mike Stidham, talking about longboarders. Mike Stidham, and when I surf next to that guy, I remember so many times he'll go, hey dude, just take whatever wave you want, and I've never had to, I've had people occasionally do that, but he seems to do it all the time. So there's I think we're so blessed at South Jetty and Oceanside, because we like to share waves. We'll call each other out and say, hey, go dude, go, I'm gonna take a break. And it's just, I feel like it's just such a great vibe there. So
there's a lot of that. Yeah, there's a lot of longboarders. Mike, well, Mike's a better shortboarder than I am, I think, man. He rips on a shortboard. I mean, it's amazing. But yeah, he's definitely somebody who shares. There's a whole bunch of really good longboarders. Or even Taylor Jensen, man, that guy will rip his longboard better than I can serve a shortboard. Even I mean,
yeah, Taylor does massive airs on a longboard, and then yeah.
And I've never seen him press anybody for waves. I mean, he'll just move around and he'll just kind of somehow the waves come to him no matter what. But yeah, so Oceanside's got a really cool vibe. Definitely.
I love
different.
Oceanside.
Yeah, I used to live in Huntington, South Side, and I mean, it's rough over there, man. You know, you got a lot of people coming in and out, and even the locals, and everybody knows how to surf really well. And you know, you definitely get flipped off quite a bit, you know. But yeah, Oceanside's awesome. There is a pack of new little San Clemente or Orange County groms that have been training over here, right where I'm usually at, Steven. So I'm trying to talk to the dads. They got like a dad crew that sits on the beach with cameras. They don't really take pictures a lot. They just kind of sit there to let people know that there's parents maybe there. But I've been slowly kind of warming them up, like, hey, maybe you guys should take shifts or something. I mean, these little like 10-year-old, 12-year-olds, they rip. I mean, don't get me wrong. They absolutely destroy it. But they show up with like 20 groms sometimes, and they're kind of like on a reef. It's a beach break, but like at a reef, people stack up. So you take off, and all of a sudden you're trying to weave through a bunch of kids, and you don't want to hit anybody. And
oh, that's hard.
Dude.
Yeah, then there's like
horrible.
I think you saw, but that, you know, Sky Brown and Ocean, her little brother, you know, they just moved here and they're always on my spot. But it was like 1 to 2 foot the other day. And Sky Brown, that 11-year-old, was in the water. And dude, I showed her up. I was ripping so hard. She almost cried and went to the beach and told her daddy, like, no more. That old guy's just freaking he's making me look bad. And it was like 1 to 2. I was freaking shredding it. And they like even the photographers all went away, you know?
Yeah. Dude, on 1 to 2, dude, I'm a beast on 1 to 2 foot, dude.
Man.
Ooh, just pushing.
He was in tears.
He's on tears.
Yeah. So actually, out of these groms, I learned the name of one of them, a little girl named Sawyer. And I can't remember her last name, but she rips. And actually, we were trading off waves, having a really good time. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Probably as you grow up, you kind of learn it little by little, how to kind of work with the crowd. And when I was a kid, you really couldn't just pull up to the main peak, though. I mean,
I feel you more than anyone. I grew up in the heat of it all. Vince Collier made my first surfboard across the street.
Yeah.
Barney lived 3 doors down. Richard Schmidt lived across the street, because I didn't come from a surfing family. Yeah, my dad fought in the Hungarian Revolution, then fought in Korea. Okay. And my mom's a magician. So we moved to a neighborhood where everyone was a pro surfer.
Right.
At like 3. And then I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Barney used to blow my mind when I was younger, watching some of that stuff he was doing. I was like, what the hell?
Barney was awesome. He used to jump roof to roof and then climb down people's chimney and then let the neighborhood kids in. And then we would destroy the house.
You, Barney.
Yeah,
you're a Barney.
10 years older than me, and he was doing this crazy stuff, like just full madman with a Spider-Man wetsuit, bouncing around the neighborhood, skateboarding on his hands. He was a madman.
Yeah, he looked like he had a lot of energy for sure, man. He was destroying it. Actually, really cool artwork, which I didn't really realize either till just recently. I think his family manages an account or something. And
yeah, it's his sister that does the account, and she was my age, and I'd tease her all the time and stuff, and I'd get in trouble with the stepdad and stuff all the time. And yeah, but Barney had crazy stuff going on. He had mannequins in his front yard, and his whole yard was like art.
Yeah, cool.
It was crazy. And even his house, because he worked on his own house, and it was hilarious because the guy wouldn't put 2 hinges on something. He tried to put 1 hinge in the middle. So everything was all doctored, you know, like all like just so goofy. His whole house was like, what is the weird, like Beetlejuice or something when you went in. It was just, it was coming out of the wall, you know? So.
Oh man. Well, Steven's working on his Barney, his influence from Barney too in his backyard, man. He's got a happy face tree, a couple beer bottles thrown around it.
I'm a fan. I'm a big fan of that kind of living. I think that's awesome.
Oh my God. I spray painted on my fence. I've got a big wave spray painted, and then I have a big palm tree And you know how you can put those big googly eyes on them? It's like a Rastaman palm tree. And then I put like little arms, and then I took a surfboard and cut it in half and kind of like a little thin. So I fit the board around. So it looks like the palm tree guy is catching a left, which is my favorite way to go because I'm goofy. And Mr. Palm Tree, dude, he's ripping out there. And then, you know, Zoltan, we talked about the way we like to toss beer bottles in our backyard. Like, you know, you're white trash when you're tossing beer bottles in your backyard. So that's my
only way to toss them.
So do you have to clean those up like right away? Like after you've took the picture of the evidence, I mean, does your wife come out, or like what kind of reign do you have? Like, you know, freedom do you have with this?
Well, I have the freedom, but I have to get inspired to pick it up because sometimes it's all about the memory of what I created in the backyard. Right. And I like to relive it many times. And I look back there and I go, wow, that was a cool day off because I have to go to work now and sell cars, you know, at Hyundai Carlsbad, by the way, not to plug me, but I have to go sell cars. And then I look back there and I've got the shrine of beer bottles everywhere. And I go, man, that was a great day. And I remember what the surf was like. And it's just a great vibe. My dogs are running around.
Yeah, I heard you sold 3 cars yesterday, so that sounds pretty hype.
Dude, last day of the month, I sold 3 cars. That's Kobe Bryant clutch shot right there, baby, right at the buzzer.
And then your backyard setup, dude, sounds like an Etch-a-Sketch. You just kind of erase it and start over. Like the next day, sell 3 more cars.
Yeah, it's just like my memory. If you drink too much, you just start over the next day and erase it. It's just amazing how that happens.
Just wake up feeling guilty and don't know why.
Yeah. So you were talking about kind of taking you back a little bit, Zoltan, about wake surfing.
Yeah.
So my shaper, he's been making a bunch of these little wakeboards. So I've been getting these little kind of like those Evos, little roundy boards for a while.
Yeah.
And so I've been getting those, and then he started hooking up with some guy who does wake surfing, and so he's been making a bunch of these little boards, and they're kind of like mini versions of that, thinner and smaller, and looks pretty fun, dude.
It's super fun. You know what's funny is, so I went out and they flew me to Las Vegas and they said, hey man, we want you to do the kickflip behind a boat. And I had never really wake surfed it. I think it was like my 4th time ever doing it. Mm-hmm. And I get out there and they hand me all those little boards. And I'm like, oh God, this is not going to happen. Like, feel like I'm on a freaking trash can lid. I'm on those saucers. I was like, no, thank God I listened to myself and I brought my board that I could land kickflips on, my 6.0 3-fin.
Okay.
And I took that out.
Okay, cool. That's
and ended up landing it on that board right away. And calling it done for that, for that trick.
Shoot. Yeah.
But there was a lot of pressure on me because even if they say, oh, you don't have to pull it when they fly you out somewhere,
you have to pull it. You
have to fucking pull it. So it was like, God damn, thank God I brought my 3-fin shortboard.
Yeah. So I got a 5.4 quad. I got a couple of them actually, but that's like the smallest I've gone, and I got it so I can try to do more, push my board around a little easier. But yeah, look at those wake surfboards or whatever they are, man. That's pretty small stuff.
Yeah, I have one in my garage, and it's a 4-something, 4.5, and
4.11, 4.5. Wow.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like a twin finny, and I got them to put a leash plug on it, and I'm going to try to surf it, and then maybe try some new tricks with that. We'll see how it goes because it's going to be a twin fin and it's going to be tiny.
Right.
So we'll see how I like it.
You don't have that the boat wake getting you started, so the trick is just getting into the wave, which I mean I'm sure you can probably pull that part off.
Yeah, we'll see because like up here it's hard sometimes. There's a lot of paddling at a lot of spots.
A lot of water moving around. Oh
God, just yesterday. And then you have the big suit on and everything, and then you got people with huge boards. And they can get the wave before you. So that's why sometimes I like to ride bigger boards up here at times, because it's like, man, just to get a wave.
That's kind of what's pushed me there too. Even though we got a lot of awesome people at the harbor that give you waves, they've pushed me to surf bigger stuff. It's definitely been part of the drive. And now I'm happy because I can actually turn a bigger board and feel like I'm having fun. But I was riding those 5.4s because, well, back when I was doing the 5.4s, the harbor was pretty. I would be in the middle of the harbor, so everybody'd be over there. I had an amazing peak. What felt like to myself, I'd usually be kind of lonely, and so I was surfing those 5.4s, and then as crowds grew, dude, the 5.4, I was having a really hard time catching waves, man.
Well, I understand that. That's how, like, when I was a little kid at the lane, you could have easily just did that because people couldn't even get off the cliff,
Right.
you know, without being told to go back. And there was just like the locals out, and it was actually really safe as a kid out there.
Right.
It sounds weird. You had to take your dunkings, you had to take your Helgi beatings. But as far as people getting to burn you or hit you with the board or things like that, that didn't go on.
Okay. Yeah.
So I see how it's weird how, like, things like you said, it made you have to start riding a bigger board.
Sure.
Like, even I'm thinking about riding a longboard, and I never thought I'd ever say that. And I'm like, I want to get a longboard just because it's fun to actually be able to get waves in a crowd of people now all riding longboards.
Yeah, I have a buddy who I've been dabbling with the mid lengths, and yeah, my buddy's like, dude, he's like, you're the last person I ever thought would be riding bigger boards like that, you know. And
I've heard that too because this winter I kind of got into it a little bit, so it's like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, and so I just ordered my second mid length, and that one's going to be more high performance. You know, if there's such a thing. It seems like
I don't know.
but the first one I have it's more like a little wide, a little bigger. It's kind of like a mini longboard mid length.
Yeah, that would be sick. I mean, longboard.
So I've been surfing that, and I can actually turn it and do, fun moves, and or when it's small, I can still get weight. I can actually sit with the longboarders with it, and
that's
so
sick.
Because as a shortboarder, you have some paddle strength, and so if I just hustle, I can sit right under the longboarders, and nab those. But yeah, it's a trip. So booties, Steven, do you wear booties, man?
I never wear booties. It doesn't get cold enough here for them. If I was in Santa Cruz, I'd change my mind.
Yeah.
But as long as, like, our water never gets, like, 54 is about the coldest it ever gets. Generally, it's about 57. And that's kind of like where every time I try to wear booties, my front foot would stick too low on the board and I would ruin a really good wave. And so I just ditched them. I don't do hood. I pretty much just do a 3-2 year round, and I'm good.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I got 4.3. I never would have wore a 4.3 back in the day. So now I do a 4.3, and that works pretty good. My feet will last an hour and a half if I need to. And then the hood is kind of hard too. I can't hear. I feel like I'm in a seashell. And it like when I duck dive or go into the water, I feel like, whoa, it just feels really weird to me. So I just kind of try to thicken up here. And booties, man, I'm a toe roller. I get about 2-3 good waves. And after that, dude, I'm kooking it. I look like a total barn. So my pride doesn't let me go there a lot. But Zoltan, I know that you guys live and die by booties up there.
What's funny is, I'm actually not the biggest fan of booties. Okay. But, I have an interesting story. I was actually, I think wake surfing. Yeah, I was wake surfing, right? And I went and I did the kickflip and landed dark slide barefoot and rode for a little bit. And then I went in and something told me, this overwhelming like vibe that you better put your booties on. And I was in board shorts and I'm like, this is kind of ridiculous. But I put them on. Next kickflip I tried, I landed at dark slide and my heel went right through the board. Oof. And I had done that before, but it was my one chance because like you said, I live and die in wetsuits and booties. Mm-hmm. And so of course I wanted to take them off. And after that, I'm like, dude, I'm wearing booties. So when I even went to the wave pool and did like the wave pool kickflip, mm-hmm. I wore those little like reef booties, the half booty.
Yeah. Yeah. I like the reef shoes. Yeah. Actually, I have some of those.
But only because, it feels so good to surf barefoot. I'm going to be really honest with you. It feels great. Mm-hmm. But for a lot of the flip tricks and stuff, when you put your heel through the board and your foot goes into the fiberglass, you're risking ripping your heel off. Okay. And I literally missed that by one trick. I would have ripped my heel off. And it was because I put the booties on and made myself look like a kook. I didn't even care. I was like, board shorts and booties.
Yeah.
Sometimes I like to wear those little water shoes that grandmas in Texas wear when they go to the pool.
Yes, I
You
know.
know, so I'll kind of rock those as just like a fashion statement.
Crocs.
Usually, like I'll walk around the parking lot of South Jetty with the beer, and I'm like rocking those little water shoes, and I'm like looking cool, and people want to stop and take a picture with me. But I just kind of, it's a fashion thing for me.
Dude, on a serious
like
tip, I think, because that made me think of Crocs. On the serious tip, Zoltan, man, I got to bring it back to your boy again, Dylan Graves. I think I might be mistaken, but this morning I could have swore I saw like a Instagram post of him selling these Crocs, like a surfer's version of Crocs or something. What's going on with that, man?
Wow. I honestly, man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I couldn't.
That's the first I've heard of that. That sounds like a crock of shit to me.
I don't want to, because I don't know anything about it. I can't remark on something I don't know about.
Okay, yeah, it might be a Vans collab or something, but maybe that's what they're called, crock of shits. But but I'm gonna follow up on that story, man. We're gonna have to find out what's going on. Shoot, man. So, all right, cool. So, well, what booties are you wearing, Zoltan?
Right now I wear these, actually I wear these like they're, O'Neill, I want to say it right. O'Neill freak booties. Cause I wear a Clearwater wetsuit.
Okay.
But I actually like this O'Neill booty. It's like a psycho something or whatever. And I have pretty big arches and it has an arch support in the booty.
Oh, okay. Cool.
And I kind of like that. It's a split toe with arch support in it. It sounds weird, but I've tried other booties, but I like that because I have big arches.
Yeah.
And this is personal preference. It's like,
yeah,
but I like the ones that have arch support in them.
That would make sense, dude. I think arch for me as well might make a difference because that might
And
help.
it has I like the foot over the foot strap and the foot around the top. I like, that way you tighten them down.
No water gets in there like as much.
Yeah, I don't like that when you're sliding around because no one likes it. And then it's good to get them, like say you wear a size 9 booty or a size 9 shoe.
Yeah.
Try to wear, or like if you have a 9.5.
Yeah, I'm a half sizer. That's a problem,
See, I am too. That's why I'm saying this. Yeah, that's why I threw it because I'm like a 9.5, but I wear an 8 in a booty.
Yeah.
Because they stretch out too much and then you get balloon foot.
Yeah. That's why I have all these different problems, man.
Yeah, totally, dude.
What about you, Steven? What booties don't you wear?
Well, I've stumbled across the Freak Booty website, and it's actually one of my favorite pay-per-view websites called Freak Booty, and it's mostly larger freak booties.
Yeah.
So that is one of my favorite sites. But other than the fashion statement of the water socks, I don't wear them. I surf bad enough as it is. I don't need any more hindrance.
Yeah, trunks with reef shoes, dude. That's a good look. Love it.
Heck yeah.
Zoltan, is that a hybrid you're smoking? It almost looks like a hybrid the way it's coming out. Is that a indica or more sativa?
It's more I think it's a sativa hybrid. No, it's the Gorilla Glue. I think, did we smoke that or we had the wedding cake? This is
we did the wedding cake. We celebrated it was party-like atmosphere.
Yes, Clearwater, throwing down the best tasting, best smoking, man, best feel. Because man, not all weed is created the same. I could smoke.
That was amazing stuff that you brought down to me. Thank you. That was it also kind of had a little bit of a mango taste.
That stuff has probably saved more marriages. The wedding cake.
Oh, shit. So I mean, I see all the pro surfers, man. I've never seen them talking about all this stuff. They're talking about, they're rubbing CBD on stuff. So what? I mean, how is what you're talking about different for your surfing than the CBD rub that Nathan Florence was pushing or Sage Erickson or something?
I'm not and I'm not really pushing it. It's just what I love. And it's helped me a lot because I had to deal with some heavy stuff, even for like the kickflip, my friend's last day on earth. And that's why I did it. I've been through a bunch of stuff and it's helped me mentally and physically relax, let things go. And also, like, say you get really beat up skateboarding
Mm-hmm.
or surfing, you go home, take a couple puffs, take a shower. That's why a lot of top NFL players, because they take such a beating that, man, there's nothing like taking a couple hits in the hot tub after you got tackled by a 300-pound dude that's, you know, full muscle.
I think in Olympic sports too, it's actually been something that was quietly allowed for a long time, but it's a super you know, it's a trip, you know, prohibition to non-prohibition times, but super touchy subject. I know YouTube's going to flag me left and right on this video for, you know, anything from the energy drink. Oh yeah, no. I mean, hey, we're going to run with it. That, I mean, that's just like, I mean, that right there, that's just kind of this weird space.
I feel you. And that's what, you know, what my goal is with being sponsored by a cannabis company is to bring awareness and acceptance, because what's the difference between me taking a hit off this or drinking a beer?
Right.
You know, beer's accepted. You guys, I could smoke a cigarette and drink a beer and everyone say, oh, that's what he does. But when I pull the joint out, everyone's like, oh my God. Right.
Yeah.
But it really, it's actually less gnarly than probably those two other ones. And I'm not here to judge about those, because that's just not my goal. I'm not here to judge anyone.
We're not scientists here, everybody, but
yes, we're not.
But yeah,
we're surfers. We're surfers, not scientists.
We are just positive vibe merchants spreading the things that bring joy to us.
You know, that's why I don't want to judge anyone, because I don't want to be judged.
Yeah,
and,
no, for sure. People, you should do your research out there. You know, you always take precaution, always be safe. There's a lot of different things on the market, like we talked about, from CBD creams to smokables, edibles, all these different things out there. And so you definitely want to do it in it, you know, be a little educated about it. If you're, you know, go down that route, talk to a doctor. I don't know.
I don't. And again, that's why I appreciate you saying that, because that's how I feel too. It's nothing's for everyone. You know, I'm not really a big drinker. I had a couple beers with him. And that's once on a blue moon, because honestly, drinking seems to just take me 10 years back in everything I'm doing.
Not to mention,
why I look so young. That's why I look so young.
Yeah, see, he's time traveling. He's doing this backwards.
After Steven makes you drink Budweiser, dude, you don't want to drink any beer for a while, you know.
I used to love that.
Dude, his family can put down some. His wife and his aunt Drunkle was the funnest party chicks I've ever met, dude. They were slamming my Budweisers like they were like it was global warming and they were evaporating.
Yeah, no, we like, when we do drink a couple beers, we like to have some fun. That's for sure. We love to cut loose, but I can't do it every day. That's for sure. Some of my friends, and I know people that can have a beer too, and they're fine. But me, man, the next day I'm pretty tired, and nothing worse than being hungover if the waves are good.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
that's
maybe
true. I lag sometimes.
maybe for the the band reunion for the kickflip song or something, you know, I had to break out a couple Budweisers.
Yeah, that's the time to do it. There's always a time and place for everything.
Well, right on, guys. Hey, so check this out. I'm gonna run a few questions by you guys. I'm gonna do yay or nay. I actually used these questions last week with these teenage groms, and so I definitely gonna be interested in what you guys say about it. You guys follow Ichilo. You guys, you know Ichilo, right? Champ.
He's the world champion.
Yeah. So what do you think about his hair? Yeah. Oh, it's yay or nay. So you got to say yay or nay, and then you got to tell me what you think about the hair.
Oh, yay.
I was going to go yay with it too. I was going to say
yay. I don't know if you've seen Zoltan's hair, but Zoltan has got some freaking locks and a big like baldy mop too. Oh, there you go, baby. Wow. So if we start talking hair, the king of hair was this guy.
Okay.
That's what I thought. His hair is cool, man, and he's going for it, man. He's going full mop head.
Well, so
mop head.
Yeah, he's like, he definitely looks like Bo Derek or something. But so the Groms are talking about. I didn't even realize this, but it's clip-ons. So Zoltan, you could clip those on to the back of your hair, and it would be like blonde dreads, rocking. You know,
I get the corn or something. I was thinking a perm.
Oh,
I think about getting this bad boy permed up.
Oh, dude, that would be sick, dude. Magician, clown, everything. Just like,
Well, we got the killer clowns in my family, so.
all right. So,
I come from a long line of hobos and white trash myself.
what rhymes with Buccaneers? Sorry. Sorry, Southo. Sorry. So here's my next one is, I don't think Steven's rhyming game is so good, but I think Zoltan's on it. So here's the next one. Snuggies.
Oh, I know what those are.
Yay or nay, Snuggies?
I say yay.
Yeah.
I say yay because I don't know what they are.
Oh, okay. So the
They're
Groms,
awesome.
I was trying, the teenagers, man, they didn't know what they didn't know where Snuggies were either. I was like, okay, they're like that microfiber towel thing, but it has sleeves.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I figured Zoltan, I figured in NorCal they'd be all over because it's so cold when you're probably changing in and out. You might be jumping in and out, but apparently not.
No, my wife wanted to order those when back in the day. She was all damn because it's so cold here all the time. It's funny you said that because
I got one.
Bad idea.
I got one. My buddy got me one, and I was kind of scared when I opened it up. I was like, "Oh, thanks." It was like a birthday present, you know. His buddy doesn't surf, but dude, the winter time, I've busted it out, and I'm looking around at the parking lot, looking at everybody with a little towel around their waist, trying to change out. Dude, I feel so good. I might look like a total Barney, but dude, I feel so warm, dude.
You're warm.
Oh, I'm so warm. So Snuggies, everybody. Steven doesn't know. I think most people in Oceanside don't even know what they are because the other Groms didn't know what they were either, Steven. I might have to get Steven one just to get a picture of him in it. Birkenstocks with socks, yeah or nay?
Oh, hell no.
What about
Dude,
Santa
that's a hard
Cruz?
one.
Yeah, he might get jumped, man, if he starts popping off against Birkenstocks in Santa Cruz.
God, you know what's funny is I'm going to blow your minds right now. It's not Crocs with socks, but I got sliders with socks on.
See, yeah, there you go.
But I couldn't never afford those hippie shoes.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, that's what the Vatos wear when they get checked into Folsom Prison right there.
Into FB jail. When you go to FB jail, you got that on.
I'd probably say nay to the Birkenstocks, though.
All right. Birkenstocks with socks is a nay. And definitely
got a tripping hazard.
So the teenagers didn't even know what Birkenstocks were. I was like, my questions were dated. You know, I'm like, oh.
It's because the kids don't go to school anymore. They surf all day.
Oh, dang. That's right. I know. That's a whole nother topic, man. I don't know what kind of fins you use, Zoltan or Steven, but one of my yay or nays here is fin pullers. Yay or nay?
What is a fin puller?
Why would you need a fin puller?
That's what I trip about. So FCS2, apparently those things are like hard to snap in or out. I use Futures, so I don't even know.
I use Futures also, so I didn't know.
Oh, okay. So they got these things. It's like looks like a crimping iron. You grab your fin and you like.
Damn, that's a lot of equipment.
Yeah, tell me about it, dude. So, all right, so we got nays. We don't even know what that is. The teenagers both had FCS2, so you guys are, you might want to check your equipment, make sure you're still.
Yeah, dude. What are we doing? We got the wrong fin box.
Yeah. All right, so I got two more questions. These ones aren't yay or nays. It's just kind of like hypothetical. So, if you couldn't shortboard anymore, what would you choose? Would it be body surfing, bodyboarding, mid-length, longboard, or SUP?
Mid-length for sure for me.
Mids?
Mid-length.
I just get a boogie and go to some shore pound and say, fuck it.
Yeah, dude, I love boogie board. That's a tough one for me too. It's somewhere between bodyboard and mid-length, I think.
Because you get piped on a boogie so hard.
Yeah. I like El Rolos. Boom.
El Rolos are rad, dude.
Right on the sand, Oh yeah. Yeah, this other question here is about more like contest hypothetical. Did you ever do surfing contests, Zoltan?
Yeah, I did high school surf contests, and then I did air shows back in the day.
Oh yeah, shoot, man. I remember Fletcher putting on a sick one back in the day.
Those Vans air shows were freaking rad. Barney would kill it. Barney won a world title, like the first one of them.
So cool. That was
Those
so
were rad
like,
surfing magazine air shows.
yeah, so cutting edge, man. That was pushing it for sure. So if you were, let's say the air show or a surfing comp, you had to do it. Stephen Beck, he's a trophy winner over here. So this question's out to you as well. You're going into the finals. You made it to the finals all the way. You have two choice. You have a choice. You can either go out there with a baggy wetsuit, like a real baggy wetsuit, or a soft top for the final of the contest. What would you choose, Stephen?
Soft top for sure. Yeah.
Baggy wetsuit for me.
Baggy wetsuit. Yeah. That's a split decision. I think last time I asked that question, because you're going to look like a total kook at the big wetsuit, but you can maybe depend on your board to get you through what you need to do.
Get up and shake out the water.
Yeah, but what? So Stephen, man, why are you going with the soft top?
Well, I've seen some guys on soft tops do the whole hand thing and surf it sideways. I had a guy doing that yesterday where he was just sliding sideways, and he was just locked himself right in the curl, right in his board sideways as I'm like trying to paddle for it, and it was the funnest thing I've ever seen. So I give shout out to those guys that take those wave storms and can rip and do weird shit on them.
Right. Yeah, man. So there's some amazing surfers on soft tops. Yeah. And if you get shacked, you might win the heat if you can get shacked and come out.
That's true.
So, and what I think what I thought last time is that you actually might pick up a wetsuit sponsor, Zoltan. Because they're going to be like, dude, the announcer's going to be like, okay, this guy is a great surfer. He needs a wetsuit though. Wetsuit sponsor.
You know, it's funny that you say that. Is actually the weirdest coincidence was the first contest I ever won was an O'Neill Helgi Fest. Oh. And of all things, I was wearing the only wetsuit I could get was from a friend who didn't surf. And I was wearing a chick's wetsuit with the boobs underneath mine because it was a little tight. And so it had like right here. So actually that's a true story is I won my first surf contest in a chick's wetsuit that I had to get to use because that was like kind of my road. Right. Even my first wetsuit, like my very first one, I collected cans and asked all the surfer neighbors for their beer cans.
Yeah.
And that's how I got a wetsuit and everything too.
Perfect, dude. I did a can collecting campaign for a bunch of years with my adult kids now, but help get them into school and stuff, pay for it. Quite
rad, dude. I love that.
Yeah, we had a whole system, dude. I had extra trash cans over here. We sorted them out, and every once in a while
I love it.
them up. And dude, you can make some money. I mean,
it meant a lot too.
People in America waste a lot, dude. There's a lot of like valuable stuff in the trash, or
I agree. I'm a first generation American from my dad. My dad is from Hungary, and so I know what you're saying. And I was wanted a wetsuit, and they're like, and he didn't like surfing at all. Right. So I asked basically for a leotard. He's like, well, you go collect cans for that, dude. So I went and collected cans for it. And luckily my surfer neighbors were cool like this guy, and they had a bunch of beer cans and they flowed me a bunch. And my mom was all proud of me. And I remember that wetsuit meant so much to me, man. It meant so much damn to me, man.
Right. So. You worked for it. Yeah. You got to find a good cause, Stephen, to, hook those recyclables up to,
some kid can get a go-kart.
Yeah. Soft top. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, shoot, man, right on, you guys. That was epic right there. And then what I want to do is I want to give you guys a chance to give a shout out to, local rippers, local companies. Who's hooking you up, Zoltan? Who's inspiring you?
You know what? I'm going to have to give a shout out to Water Bear himself, Big Nate from Clearwater, supplying me with the best weed, keeping me loose and strong and happy. And in the water and being able to do these cool things, because otherwise I'd be, cleaning your floor and scrubbing your toilet. So God bless them and thank them so much. And thank you so much to my brother Rigo Torkos for getting me surfing, Jeannie Houdini, my mom, Killer Clown herself, and Richard Schmidt and the Schmidt family for introducing surfing and to Santa Cruz and to my family.
Yeah, right on. That's such an awesome thing when someone turns you on to something like surfing.
Yeah, awesome. Way awesome.
Yeah. How about you, Stephen, man? Who's hooking it up? Who's inspiring you out there?
God, that's kind of a tough question because at Oceanside, there's so many people that inspire me. I would have to say the Whitlock family. Whitlock Surf Shop is always there, and they're true and hardcore. My old roommate Sean Ambrose, a friend of mine from the '80s, is a great shaper.
Yeah.
So go see him, get some boards from that guy. Watermark surfboards. There's all kinds of great little companies and friends and people around here that we are just like truly best to know them. And these are true people that are in the water every day. But yeah.
Yeah, right on. Sean Ambrose, Real Surf Shop, right?
That's right.
Yeah, Real Surf Shop. Go check that out. Coast Highway. They got some cool gear over there, and they'll point you in the right direction, I'm sure. And then you got Whitlock over there. What's the name of the kid over there? Lark Skywalker. That's his IG. He does amazing colors, shaping too, and sanding, whatever. He does everything probably, but
yeah, I heard they just got like some big contract from Lost, and they have that machine that cuts all the blanks, and they do it all computer, all high tech. So he's turned it into he just expanded his shop, and he's like cutting a lot of the boards for all the big names.
Yeah, I think I saw, I don't know, last summer or sometime around then, they were actually doing classes, like teaching shapers and other people how to use the computer app and the machine and all that stuff. So pretty cool.
Legends.
Yeah, well, right on, everybody. Thanks a lot again, Zoltan, Steven. It's been all time, man. We'll have to do it again.
Thank you.